Today we are going to visit Alta Adams, where Chef Keith is cooking California soul food. What is California soul food? Let's find out.
So this is Alta Adams, located on West Adams in Burnside. I'm the executive chef, Keith Corbin.
Thank you for having me today. Could you explain what kind of food you are serving at Alta Adams?
Alta Adams is unique in its own way because we're doing California soul, what my passion is.
What is soul food for you?
Soul food for me is food created with love, with the intent to nourish, sustain, and feed the soul. You have a lunch. Your wife packs you a lunch. It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but it's soul food because she got up with the loving intent to make you a sandwich to nourish you.
Oh, so oxtail, is this the signature dish?
The oxtail is a signature dish. I salt and pepper it, and then I put it on a flat top for a high sear, get it real hot, just to caramelize it, just to lock in some flavor and give it another dimension, another depth. At the same time, preparing the vegetable stock, which is cutting carrots, slicing onions, celery, ginger, and garlic. Put salt over it, sweat that out, bring out that flavor. Then I brown it, and I make a vegetable stock to braise it in, which I add miso and soy.
Miso and soy?
Miso and soy, which is unfamiliar for traditional oxtails.
Do I taste miso and soy?
No, you don't. So miso and soy has an umami, so it just gives that, It's a back note.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I'm from Japan, and I cannot imagine how it's gonna be bring it together.
So I can't imagine California without Japanese presence and Southern presence. That's California. The food here at Alta represents that.
California soul food means a lot of different backgrounds bring us together.
The funny part about it is, we didn't lose the authentic flavor or taste. It still reminds you of eating traditional Southern soul food. We just trailblazed our own way to get to that point. As far as the oxtail, I transfer it to a roasting pan, and I take the seared oxtail and I set it into that flavored liquid. And then I slow cook it at about 250 to 275 for over a period of about 4 to 5 hours. And that's just a nice controlled heat because the intent is to have the meat tender enough to be, when you touch it, it comes right off the bone. But I don't want all the meat off the bone because when you plate it, you want to be able to have a structured oxtail. So that's why I cook it nice and slow and even. So pickled Fresno peppers, sprinkle it over the top. So that brings a nice heat, but then also the vinegar, it just cuts through the fat. I like to cook with salt and acidity. They just bring something to food. Here we go.
Wow, it's huge.
Right there. See, so the food is designed for family style, so exactly what we're serving and eating.
We say itadakimasu before we eat it in Japan.
Okay, oh, so you say thanks. Well, we say grace, which is the same thing. Go ahead and say it.
Itadakimasu.
Thank you.
Wow, it's so tender.
Like I say, just at the touch of the fork, it falls right off, right? Taste the miso and soy?
I don't.
No, right?
Yeah. And sometimes like soy braised meat, it's overpowering, but it still kind of tastes like a traditional braised beef.
Collard greens.
So you kind of roll it up. It almost looks like one big leaf, but...
Traditional greens inside.
Oh, okay. So you have a braised collard green inside,
Yes.
and outside it's kind of presentation because you wanted to make it nice and...
A gift.
Oh, yeah.
So I wrap it up like a present.
That's so nice. I was wondering what is soul food, but I feel like you uncoded for me.
You may have some that hold on to the fact that soul food is Louisiana. That's what Southern soul food came out of. That's why the title's there, Southern soul food, not soul food. Soul food is this entity of its own because now we have California soul food.
So the last question, what kind of advice you want to give to young chefs or people who is in a difficult situation?
Well, for me, the kitchen's been my way out. The kitchen's been my new beginning. It's not the way, but it is a way. In anything you do, don't be complacent. Don't make it a dead end. See where you can go with it and strive to always continue to go. And then when you reach where you think the max is, open another door for somebody else. You don't gotta go back to where you came from, but give back to where you came from.